The first few cards from Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth have been revealed, and so far it does not look like there's enough power in this set to actually be competitive in modern formats. Is this a set that's going straight into the binder, despite having a lot of great lore? Let's look into it. Wizards actually did it. The One Ring in Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth is a serialized card, and there's only going to be one of them. This card is going to be insane. Of course, this card is also going to be in the set, and it's going to be a playable card, I believe. But having a serialized card, there's only one of. That is never seen before in Magic, and this might become the most expensive Magic card in recent history.
But I think the joke is on Wizards, or perhaps the players, if this card is actually never found, because it is a 1 out of 1 and it can only be found in the English collector booster packs. So that's the only place you can get them. They can't say anything about where in the world, but only English language collector booster packs will have a chance of having the One Ring. I'm very interested to see if we actually see it, and if we do, if it goes up for sale, because that is possibly going to be a very expensive Magic card.
Yeah, it just might end up on a shelf somewhere. It might be in a sealed product, might end up in a landfill, who knows.
We're going to have a ring card that is a soul ring, and it's going to have different arts for elves, dwarves and humans, and it's going to have a very limited amount. Even the ones that are not serialized will be very limited in numbers. So for the elves, you're going to have a serialization that is 300 out of 300, and there's going to be 3,000 of these elf cards.
True to lore, the dwarves are going to have 700 serialized cards and 7,000 non-serialized dwarven soul rings.
And lastly, the humans will, like the 9 Nazgul, have 900 serialized soul ring card, and there's going to be 9,000 made. Even if you get one that isn't serialized, you should know that it is still a very limited card, because I mean, even the biggest number, 9,000 out of a total set that has a gazillion Magic cards printed, is a very special card. So I think they've done something nice to make the flavor of the ring cards be very special and unique.
Yeah, these cards are going to be the chase cards in this set, but of course, true to form, you're only going to find them in collector booster packs. We hope you're liking this video, and if you are, please leave a comment, please leave a like, and please subscribe to the channel. Thank you. Wizards are really pining for us to buy those collector booster packs, that is for sure, and they have enticed us to buy them by printing all these nice elven, human and dwarven soul rings. This is great, of course, but what is not so great so far, out of the cards spoiled at this point, the cards doesn't look that epic actually. The power level seems to be nerfed. Even a card such as Mount Doom, well, it's technically just a pain land. And pain lands, they are not sought after. And this card is even mythic. Of course, it does a few extra things, but is this enough to warrant this high premium price? And also being in the mythic slot? I'm not certain. A lot of these cards have mechanics that is going to be the One Ring tempts you. And we don't know what this mechanic does at this point. But this mechanic needs to be really solid, needs to be powerful, because if not, a lot of these cards are going to be subpar and they're going to not find a home in decks. So if the cards are not powerful enough, this card is going to collect dust despite its great lore. We are discussing prices and what box to buy later in this video, so stay tuned for that. Another way to tempt us to buy these boxes are going to be box toppers. Yeah, you heard that right. There's going to be box toppers in the Lord of the Rings set. And these box toppers are going to be in both draft, set and collector boxes. 3 box toppers have been revealed so far, and that is the Great Henge, Ensnaring Bridge and Wasteland.
They're going to have the same legality as they usually have, so that's not going to change the legality, and they are part of the Commander set. And there are going to be 30 in total of these mythic rare box topper cards, and we're going to see some pretty heavy hitters, because this is definitely a place they're going to try and lure us in with some really good reprints.
As always, the problem is that they are again dipping deep into their reprint equity. In our last video, we guessed that these cards might actually have an appearance in the coming Commander Master set.
Exactly, because the Great Henge is pretty expensive, and Wasteland is overdue for reprinting. So
yeah, so now it's going to be interesting to see what is actually going to show up in the Commander Master, because there are not that many great reprints left for Wizards to choose from.
So these special box toppers will be in the non-foil and I think also regular foil, and will be available as a surge foil. And this is the special foiling that we saw for Warhammer 40k commander decks, and that will be for the collector booster only. So they're doing a lot in this set that is collector booster only, and I think that might be a feel bad, especially because the price on those collector booster seems to continue to go upwards, and I think we can count on them getting more expensive now that we know this is the only place besides the gift bundle to get the One Ring card.
As you might have guessed, I'm a bit skeptical about the set from what I've seen so far. But what I'm not skeptical about is the lore, and I think the lore is great. One place where you can actually pick up the lore for a reasonable price is the commander decks. There's going to be 4 commander decks. You're going to have Food and Fellowship, you're going to have Elven Council, you're going to have Riders of Rohan, and you're going to have the Dark Forces of Mordor.
Host of Mordor, yes.
Host of Mordor. I think this sounds great. It sounds like the right kind of flavor, and it sounds like these decks have actually been thought out nicely in concert to the books. So if you ask me, go get the commander decks. I think that's a nice entry point. It's going to be low priced, and it's going to be a great way to experience all the lore and all the fun in the Lord of the Rings.
So if you have a look at the screen right now, you can see that the different commander decks, they have one single card spoil. So we're going to see a Sam, and we're going to see Radagast for the Elven Council, and we're going to see Sauron the Lidless Eye for the Evil Mordor deck. But what I think is kind of interesting is that we're also going to have a collector, and I very stress this word, sample booster pack. So I think it's usually 1 or 2 that you get in each of these. So you get a small booster to open, just a taste of it, but you cannot get the One Ring in this collector sample booster pack. That is only for the collector booster boxes and the gift edition bundle.
The Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth is going to be a draftable set, but it is not standard legal, so it's going straight into modern and going straight into formats such as Commander. This set is that it is actually, it's a normal set, just not standard legal. But the pricing is not normal. The pricing is actually the same pricing as you would come to expect from a master set. I'm afraid that this set is not going to be able to hold the value that you pay for the cards.
As an example of that, you can look at the gift edition bundle. We said in our previous video, hey, this is a pretty decent buy. There are some set boosters in there, and there's also a collector booster in there. So that was really a good buy, and it became an even better buy because we now know that the gift edition bundle and the collector is the place that you can get a chance of hitting this One Ring. That's a 1 out of 1 serialization. It will be very difficult, and your chances are close to 0. But it was a better buy in our last video by the end of February, where the price was around $58 USD. But now, as of the announcement yesterday, it is up to I think $79, just above $79 USD. So it's getting to be a worse and worse buy, especially if the prices continue to go upwards. The collector box is a really good example as well, because the original price back in February was about $384 USD. But now it has gone all the way up to $477 US for a single collector box. And again, this is not a premium product. There's a bigger player pool potentially for this product, and I think they believe that they can offer the product at this price, but I think it is very expensive.
Yeah, it is. Which also seems like a bit of a contradiction, since Wizards, well, they seem to actually want to have new players coming into Magic the Gathering with this set. They're going to have a starter set for new players, but the price point on these different products are going to be so astronomically high, and that seems like a contradiction to me. So if I'm going to play the role of a pessimist, I'm afraid this set is going to end up very much like Dominaria United.
We hope you enjoyed watching this video about the set and about the prices, which are looking pretty steep right now. If you want to see more like it, we've made a couple of other videos on Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth, so you can either click this video or that video. Thank you for watching.